Hey, it's meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen here with the 9 News Weather Impact Team, taking a look at your forecast where we are tracking some heat and some severe thunderstorms across the area. A severe thunderstorm watch has been issued for northeast Colorado until 9 o'clock tonight, and the heat is getting up into the 90-degree range, and it's only going to get warmer. We got a heat wave that will likely top out on Wednesday with temperatures near 100 degrees, which would be near record territory. So let's take a look at the live radar picture right now. You can see that kind of teal colored box out there in northeast Colorado. That is the severe thunderstorm watch. That runs until 9 o'clock, mainly for the northeast plains, but we do have some potential for some severe weather in the I-25 corridor, and that is going to mainly be gusty winds. We have some extremely dry air that thunderstorms are forming in, so when the rain evaporates on its way to the ground, that energy conversion is the result of strong winds. And we've already had a dry microburst down in Centennial where we had 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. The Centennial Airport recorded a 66 mile per hour gust, and some people are saying that it ripped off the sign at IKEA down there. So we'll see some results of some possible damage when you get up in the 65 plus mile per hour range. That's the type of stuff we'll most likely see on the front range. You see the storms in the area coming off of the foothills and instantly drying up, which is a sign that there is some dry air, and that's likely what we'll see mostly. I wouldn't expect to see any large hail or even any long extended down as far as rain. You know, those little spurts of rain could be heavy at times, but so briefly that we won't get a lot of coverage with the rain. You see out to the east on the edge of the Palmer Divide, you can see some thunderstorms building along I-70 in between Byers and Agate, and we'll watch those storms drift out towards the east. Here's a live camera shot. You can see the clouds over the Denver metro area, periodically providing a little bit of shade and some a moment of cool, but where temperatures are above 90 degrees here in the metro area. We're 92 degrees at the 9 News studios in downtown Denver. The highest temperature so far at DIA is 91. It's been fluctuating every time the clouds go past, but we still could get those temperatures up there a few more degrees into the middle 90s, or maybe 93, which was our forecast high temperature for today. So today was our 15th 90-degree day in Denver, and this time last year we had 18 and we ended up with 64 for the total of the year. So we've got a ton of heat still left down the pike here for summer, likely easily going to get to that average of 46 90-degree days in Denver. So here's the severe thunderstorm risk. The way the ingredients are laid out today, we have a level 3 out in the northeast corner, a level 2 in the yellow, and a level 1 in the green, which has kind of been scaled back to be away from I-25, and that's mainly because of all that dry air that we're seeing with the downsloping westerly winds coming over the mountains, disrupting those storms. But that kind of takes out the the hail scenario in Denver, but it does not eliminate the wind scenario. So we could still see some gusty winds on the front range. Let's look at some modeling here. The Futurecast, our in-house computer forecast model, showing a few scattered showers across the front range, fast moving, mostly evaporating. So like I said, not many of us are going to actually get measurable rain out of this, but the winds could cover quite a bit of ground when those rain showers evaporate. Out on the eastern plains, you can see the stronger cells out there on this Futurecast simulation, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, with a strong to severe thunderstorm out towards the east. And these may line up and form kind of a squall line, which would result in some very strong straight line winds like we saw last night in the 60 to 70 mile per hour range, all the way until about 7:30, 8 o'clock. That's when these storms will exit the state line into Nebraska and Kansas. and that will be it for the day. And then we'll start to focus on that heat, which is coming our way. Tomorrow, not many thunderstorms will be in the state of Colorado tomorrow. Very isolated coverage, 10 to 15%, but look at the temperatures. That is a high chance of 95 degrees here in Denver. That's just we've gradually been notching up. So over the last few days, just from 90 to 91, 93 today, maybe 95 tomorrow. And you see the rest of the temperatures. There's still some cool air pockets laying around from those thunderstorms that lasted well into the night last night. But most of us are going to get above 90 degrees. Mountains had a very sunny morning, getting the temperatures up there into the 80s, but those clouds are starting to cover the mountains as well. Western Slope, Grand Junction could still make it to 101 degrees today. So we do have a potential weather impact alert for Wednesday, which would be the peak or the hottest day of this little heat wave. Temperatures near 100 degrees, which would tie a record here in Denver. So we are talking about near record heat. And the overnight lows are part of the formula. Some of us in the area will only drop down to the middle to upper 60s across the area. So very little relief from the heat in the overnight hours. And that is part of the formula why we may see a heat advisory issued by the National Weather Service on Wednesday, which would be the peak of it. But really, heat-related illnesses would be something to pay attention to for the next 4 days, all the way through Thursday, which will also likely be a very hot day. So limit those strenuous outdoor activities and stay hydrated. That is how you defeat the heat, these 99-degree temperatures. We'll take a little break on Friday with some cooler temperatures and some scattered thunderstorms in the area, but we will likely be looking at another heat wave into next week starting on Sunday. So far, this one looks just a little bit milder with those high temperatures getting into the middle and upper 90s. Like Monday might be the peak with 96-degree heat. That's a look at your forecast. Thanks for clicking in here to check things out, and I hope you all have a real nice day.